Welcome back to another top 8 gameplay. Today I am accompanied by Jean-Alexis, or as your community knows you as... Oh gosh, now my pronunciation struggles. You just told me? I will leave it to you.
It is J-A in
J-A,
French.
right, okay, J-A. Because G is almost pronounced as G to me, but yeah, I should know better.
Yes.
Okay.
It's tricky.
Yeah, real cool to have you here. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Some of you might know him. You started your own YouTube/Twitch journey some time ago, right? So
yes, exactly.
I think the French viewers definitely know you, and you've also covered a lot of bigger streams. That's how we got in touch at some point, I think. And
yes,
now we decided
during the Relic Fest, I think.
Yeah, for example, during the Relic Fest, but earlier also. I saw you every now and then on some streams, and was really cool. Although I can't really follow up on the French cast, but at some point we met and thought let's have a cast together. Here we are, watching Nadu versus Tameshi. Nadu is a deck that is already banned in Duel Commander. This is the final round of the Open Alsace from the 16th of June, I think. So this was the last day Nadu was legal. Anyone who has watched the Modern Pro Tour last weekend knows what this deck is basically capable of. And
yes, it was pretty obnoxious in Modern, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. It was
and in Duel Commander, we can see that this Nantuko is going to do some bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean the cards that are on the battlefield, that's basically almost the same as it is in Modern. So that's nothing special. Tameshi, on the other hand, is a deck that you don't see too often. I think during the time it came out, it was popular for some time, but not that many players picked it up. I think it's a very cool deck, having a few combo lines around Lotus Bloom, creating infinite mana. I also saw a copy artifact in the list. You might know better. You said you're very familiar with the deck. I'm not that familiar with it. I never touched it.
I didn't touch it either, but a friend of mine, or two friends of mine actually, played the deck a lot at some point, so I'm pretty familiar with it. So let's not say very familiar. I'm pretty sure I will say some stuff that make no sense, maybe, but I know how the deck works and supposed to work. And I think what's interesting in this matchup, I don't know how it will end, but I think that Tameshi, among all decks, is one of the best to interact with Nadu without triggering it. Via cards like Balance, for instance, there is really strong lock strategy in place in Tameshi, and a combo kill also. I don't see, I think, Winter Orb in this list, so maybe less lock heavy than the people I played with at the time. Mm-hmm. So you still have pretty much very good removal to take care of the early game. I think some really good ways to cleanse the board without drawing any cards to Nadu with Balance and Supreme Verdict, that kind of cards, and also a combo kill with Grandstone and Painter Servant. So I think the matchup might be really interesting and not as one-sided as first as I thought it might be.
Yeah, it's when I saw the Commander, when I saw the final, and Clément told me it's Tameshi against Nadu, or I saw it on top 8, whatever was first, I don't quite remember. I thought about Tameshi might, including a lot of stacks artifacts against Nadu in particular, but then I did some scryfalling and I figured there's not really something against that kind of strategy. There aren't any specific artifacts that prevent things from entering the battlefield that would fit into the deck. So I was kind of curious. I don't know if there might be some cards that were added over time. We see Treasure Vault, for example, in Thibaut's hand. I think there is this new Clue land from Karlov Mainer, which is interesting. It's like another artifact land. It's also a clue, and you can sacrifice it to draw a card, and you could do another thing. So the basic combo here is that he was just searching the Lotus Bloom with Wheel of Invention, and then you can crack the bloom for a Lotus effect, and you can return a land and bring it back. Which is quite powerful in this format, and there are a couple of combos evolving around netting mana with the Lotus Bloom. So there is Copy Artifact, for example. You can copy artifact a second artifact, and then
I think that if I correctly understand what the player on the left is trying to do, I don't have his name. I'm really sorry.
Thibaut, it's Thibaut.
But Thibaut plays Tameshi. Okay, right. I might be wrong, but I think he's at the point where he can find balance and a way to bounce all his lands, or just outright kill, actually, if he takes it. So never mind what I said, but there was a line where I think he could have left his opponent with no land in play, no creatures, but still cards in hand, and redeploy his board. But I think, yes, if he can kill, it's obviously better.
Yeah. And it looks like he's going for... So the intuition pie was Painter Servant, Grindstone, and Copy Artifact. Also really cool to have a deck that finally brings back Copy Artifact. This has been a card that was around when I played or started to play Duel Commander in 2017, something like this. And since then, you rarely see it around. And now you pay 2 mana to play the Copy Artifact, you return it, and you can net mana by that.
Because it's an artifact land, so it bypasses the fact that you can play only 1 land per turn.
Exactly.
Infinite mana, I didn't see how he killed exactly.
He can, at some point, he can just bring back Painter and Grindstone instead of...
right. Yes, that just happened like 30 seconds ago. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I mean, the Grindstone is quite new. I didn't know the artwork either. So that was a surprise to me.
That's what threw me off.
To be fair, we have to say that I think the right player is Cabosso. That's the guy who played Flame War. Is that correct? Or is it a Yuri player? From the fact.
If I remember correctly, he was a jury player. Jury.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm lost in translation here.
No, it's all good. It's the same. Yeah, I thought it was the Flame War player, but okay, so let's say the Yuri player from the fact. I mean, and he was pretty much missing blue all the time, so he was pretty close to beat him down, unable to enable any combo, despite having Force of Will and Force of Negation, which was quite powerful. And here we see a Moonblast Cleric, also a cool new addition. Can get you Saga, can get you Copy Artifact, can get you other things the deck plays. Here we get the Saga, definitely a powerful one. I think we have a Painter in hand already.
Yes, that represents a quick kill if he's able to protect it from interaction. He has a Spell Snare in hand. I don't think Nadu plays quite a lot of interactions against that kind of combo.
I mean, what you could
Some
have...
counter spells.
Yeah, counter spells, exactly. And you could have Legolas Quick Reflex, but that would mean you have to have a tap effect or something that, or a combat step or something like this.
Yes.
So here we have the Skewed Swarm. That's another token producer that nearly goes infinite with your commander. Again, half of the combo assembled. What's missing is a Shuko. I mean, we have a Brizzly on field, which is not too bad. Brizzly can also, it's not deterministic, but it can go infinite too, or through half your library and then make sure that you win the game.
I think at some point the Skewed Swarm makes copy of itself and it gets easier to combo off. It's at 5 lands, maybe, or 6.
Yeah, that's true. What I mean is, if you don't have Shuko, you have to have the targets for the new creatures. And Brizzly does provide it, but only if you hit the lands. That's what I mean. So at some point, I mean, in the modern deck, in the 60-card version, it's much easier to go through your whole deck and then eventually win with the variant lines. I think the one that was played was Sylvan Safekeeper Endurance, and then making Infinite Mana and win by Brizzly tokens or counters and whatsoever.
Yes, and besiegeing all the lands and
right, exactly. Yeah. So also not a deterministic win, but still, there's no way for your opponent to go to another turn. That's something you usually don't choose for dual commander, since games can last quite long, and you might face extra turns. But it most of the time it could also just win you the game.
And also, I think in a 100 card library, 99 cards library, it's easier to fit. Maybe there is no Thassa's Oracle actually in this list. No, that I have it.
Yeah, because it's banned. That would be.
I'm sorry. I was still modern in my head.
You're casting too much Legacy.
I'm really sorry.
It would be great. It would be great if we had this card, but it would at the same page. It would be way too powerful. So perfectly fine, I think. We saw the new counterspell, Strix Surrogate or Zenigate. Not quite sure.
Strix Serenade, I think.
Serenade, right? Yeah, Serenade. So that's a cool one.
That still got countered by the same force spike that won Thibaut the game 1.
Yeah, true.
That 7th edition white bordered, I really love it.
It is my favorite artwork too. Especially if you like the old bordered. I just like the old bordered frame much more compared to anything else. So, and that's the only one currently available. When did you start?
Yeah, I started around the 7th edition, and this card reminded me also all that sweet beginnings I had.
Yeah, so it has
I have
nostalgic value to you. Yeah,
yes,
that's cool. To be honest, it's not looking good, right? I mean, there's a Painter on board, there's a Saga on board. The Saga will eventually find Grindstone. I'm pretty sure about that, and we see a Spell Snare in Thibaut's hand.
I think in that situation, it might make sense to put Nadu to the test and like just fetching the Grindstone immediately. And if we don't have any mana in hand, like activate it immediately also.
Yeah, I mean against Simic there are not that many things that could stop you. Right here.
Yes, and so there's a Spell Snare in hand, but
the Spell Snare can prevent some interaction, but he needs to get rid of the Painter. Oh, there's a Pity Theft. Okay. Brazen Boar.
Okay, he still had his.
And that's
Amulet from turn 1. Wait, wasn't that white mana that was put in?
He tapped the Jeweled Amulet. I think. I think it was blue.
Yes,
mana.
but the. Okay,
maybe you're right, but I think it's not too relevant because he could have also not tapped the blue land.
Exactly.
And for the activation. Exactly. So another thing that could have been an interaction here would have been Endurance, to just gain back your library next turn, or just do it end of turn, flash it in, and have another turn to figure out the win. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in.
That was beautiful.
It was a quick one.